So the first thing I want to do when I'm sharing a document is find it. So this is a document that I've just recently been working on. I'm going to find it in the drive. Since I've been recently working on it, I'm going to go to the clock icon, my recent file, and it's the last thing I was doing, so it's right here. Now I'm not going to open it in order to share it. That's what I would do if I was on my computer version of Google Drive, but I'm on the app version. Every single one of these documents has this little eye in the lower right-hand corner. And that's where you can do a lot of the sharing stuff here. So I'm going to tap on the eye at the bottom right-hand corner of my test document. And these options open up. And one of them, as you can see right here, the little guy with the plus next to him, is to share. So I'm going to tap share. And this is where I can choose who I want to share this to. So I'm going to start typing in the name of the other student that I would like to share it with. And I see that student right down here. I will tap their name. And now remember, there's 3 ways to share something. I might share it with someone where they can edit, and if that's the case, if that's what they're going to do, it'll have a check next to it. I might only want this person to comment and give me their feedback, but not mess with anything that I've actually typed in. And in that case, I would tap right on the words, can comment. Or I might only want this person to view the document and read it without making any edits or comments of their own. And in that case, I'll just tap right here on top of the words can view, and then I know that's been selected because it has a check mark next to it. So for this particular document, I'm going to give the person who I'm sharing it with full access. I'm going to let them edit it. So I'll touch can edit. When I'm ready to share, I'll touch the blue check mark. And I've shared it with that person. Now I'm gonna click out of all these the document details and click on the X. And the next time that I look under the I for this document, I can see exactly who has access to this document. If I go back over to the details area and I scroll down, now I see that I've got access to it. It says I'm the owner, and then I've shared it with this person down here, and they can edit it. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like from the other person's view. So I'll close out this. I'm going to switch my accounts over to the person who I've shared it with. And now when this person goes to find a file, so if you're looking for a file that somebody just shared with you, does anybody remember where you would find those files where someone shared with you? It's right here. Use that gray sidebar, and it's this little man with 2 men behind him. That's the shared with me file. And where's the file that was just shared with me? You know what I can pull down to see? Ah, here it is. So if I want to refresh, did you see what I just did? I put my finger on the page and I pulled down till I saw this little arrow and I let go, and you can see the little circle was spinning. That means it is refreshing the page to see what new has been shared or changed. So here's the file that was just shared with me, that test file. Let's open it up by tapping on it. And now I can start editing in this document that was shared with me. So I might start working on this, and all my changes will show real time. So if the other person, the owner of this document, was using an iPad, they would see this pop up on their screen at the same time as I was typing it.
All right, so let's say that I wanted to make a comment on something in this document. What I would do is first select the text. So I'm going to touch the screen until I see the little magnifying lens, and once I see that, I can let go. And then it gives me a couple of options, and it says select, select all, paste, and comment in that black rectangle. I'm going to click select, touch that select, and you can see how it started highlighting one of the words. Now I want to highlight that whole sentence, so I'm going to pull this little blue dot right here. oops, not copy. I want to pull the dot over until I've highlighted the entire sentence. And then I'm going to touch the option that says comment. And look what happens.
So I'm going to add the comment. This font is inappropriate for schoolwork. And then I'm going to touch the blue check mark. And now you can see that there's a comment there. And you know there's a comment here because you can see that this sentence has been highlighted. So every time that I comment on something, it highlights. So I'm going to go back to my other account, the account of where it was the owner of this document. So to do that, I'm going to click out of here. I'll do the X. And then I'm going to switch my accounts. I'll touch up in the corner. And I will touch where my name is. And I'm going to switch over to the owner's account here. That's my teacher account. And I'll go back to that document. Remember, that's a recent document. So I go back to the clock. And here it is, test. And this is what I see when someone has commented on something I've made. I've still got that highlighted sentence. And I could go up here to this little comment icon, this little speech bubble icon to see all the comments. So here it says what the sentence was that was written. This is syncope, and here is the person who wrote it. There's their username, and this is their comment. This font is inappropriate for schoolwork. Now, if I touch on this person's comment, I can reply to it. So I will say, good point. I'll change it. And then I'll press the check. And I'll go back over. I'm going to highlight the text that this person commented on. I will select it, pull out this little blue dot, and then I'll touch my fonts and change it back to a more professional font like Arial or Helvetica. And I want to go to that comment one more time to resolve it because I've changed something in my document based on what that commenter had said. So I'll go back to comments by touching this little symbol, the little speech bubble symbol, and touch on the comments, and then I'm going to touch resolve. And now it's no longer highlighted because it's resolved. So that's one way that you can collaborate on a document and give feedback between two people who are working on the same thing, two or more people working on the same document. And you can communicate via comments and resolve those comments as you work through a document to make it better.